This might be the new king of budget-priced audio interfaces. This is the Presonus Audiobox Go. It's a 2-input, 2-output audio interface in a very small, compact size. Now, what makes this one rise above the other small format budget-priced audio interfaces? Well, it's all in the specs and in the included bundled software, which I'm going to get into both of those in just a bit. Plus, I'm also going to plug this in and we'll check out how it sounds. But first, I want to be totally transparent here. I did receive this from Sweetwater. They contacted me, asked me if I wanted to check out this new audio interface. I agreed to it, not knowing what it was or anything about it. But like all Sweetwater transactions, it arrived to my door super quick and very well packaged. Sweetwater is definitely the go-to place for home studio recording gear. They have a huge selection, the prices are great, and there's people there that you can actually talk to and find out what it is that you need for your home studio that will fit your budget and fit your actual needs. Now, the first thing I'll talk about with the Presonus Audiobox Go is the price. I think it goes for $79, which is actually an excellent price considering what you're going to be getting with this. Now, the first thing that you notice when you open up the box is that it's made entirely out of plastic. So that's where they're saving the money, is on the casing. Also, the box itself is pretty basic, so they're not spending money on the packaging, which just ends up getting thrown out anyway. They're putting all their efforts on the components on the inside of this. So the knobs themselves are also plastic. Everything's plastic on this, and they actually feel nice and tight, even though they're a plastic knob. They're not loose or anything like that. They turn nice and stiff. One thing though is this button right here, the phantom power button. It does feel a little loose, like there's a little bit of a wiggle in there, but it pushes in and out as it's supposed to. And another nice feature that you don't find on too many budget and small sized audio interfaces is a separate volume button for your headphones. So you can turn down your monitors or speakers that you might have attached to this, and then you can turn up your headphones while recording. You can hear what you're recording to, and you don't have that feedback from your speakers. It makes it very nice. Other audio interfaces don't have this, and then you end up having to power down your speakers or turning them down on the speaker or some other way that you have to do it. Now, there are other small format budget priced audio interfaces out there, and they're typically 16-bit, but the Presonus Audiobox Go is 24-bit and it can record at up to 96 kilohertz. So the audio quality on this is top notch, and that's one of the things that really separates this from the rest. And then we'll get into the other thing in just a bit. Now, I'll just quickly go over the connectivity. On the front, you have your headphone input, and then on the back, you have your instrument input on input 2 and your mic/line input on input 1. And you can see it has this sticker over top. And what I kind of like about this sticker is that it tells you to register your device. Plus, it also tells you to download the universal control, which is going to download the ASIO drivers for this. And a lot of audio interfaces, they don't remind you to download the ASIO drivers. You just plug them in and it installs a basic driver, which isn't the best for music production. But this is kind of telling you right off the bat, do that before you start recording. So you can take this sticker off when you get yours. And when you lift the sticker up, you can see there's a USB-C connector. Now, that's only at this end, but at the other end, you connect it with the typical USB-A, and that's the kind of cable that it comes with, USB-C to USB-A. And then also on the back here, you have your left and right output for your monitors or speakers, whatever you're connecting this out to. So now I'm going to connect this and we'll hear how it sounds. All right, so I have my Shure SM7B microphone connected to the Audiobox Go right now. And the reason why I picked this microphone is because it requires a ton of gain. So I've had to crank the gain knob on the Audiobox Go all the way. This is cranked fully maxed out, can't go any higher. And if there's going to be any noise in those mic preamps, we would hear it right now. I am listening to it right now through the headphones, and it does sound like the level's a little low, which is to be expected with this microphone. Even more expensive audio interfaces would have low levels with this microphone, but I'm not hearing any noise like from the mic preamp humming or anything like that. It sounds like the preamp is fairly clean. So now let's look at the bundled software that you get with it. First off, you get Presonus Studio One Prime, which is a free slimmed down version of their impressive Studio One DAW. But not only do you get that, you get the Studio Magic Bundle. And this has compressors, a guitar amp sim, synths, loops, samples, tutorials, and more. When you get the Presonus Audiobox Go, you're getting the hardware and all of the software that you need to start making music right away. All right, so now let's look at some pros and cons of the Presonus Audiobox Go. So I'll start with the pros. And of course, the first thing is the audio quality. It's 24-bit at up to 96 kilohertz. And the next pro is it has that separate volume control for your headphones, which is a very nice feature on a budget-priced audio interface. It's extremely lightweight and compact, so you can throw this in your backpack or take it with you pretty much anywhere, and it's not going to weigh you down. And the final pro is the hundreds of dollars of software that you get bundled with this. Now let's look at some of the negatives. And the first negative is it is plastic, but it's a harder plastic. It doesn't feel like it's going to break easily. It feels like you could throw this in your backpack or your bag or whatever you use to transport it, and it doesn't feel like it's going to break too easily. It is a solid plastic. Now, if you're just going to be leaving this on your desk, you probably don't even need to worry about the casing anyway. And then another small negative is that phantom power button. It does feel a little loose, but again, this is an extremely budget-priced audio interface and it packs tons of features, so something small like that really doesn't outweigh all of the pros that come with this. If you're just getting into home studio recording and maybe you're on a budget, you want a nice budget-priced audio interface that's going to deliver on high-quality audio, the Presonus Audiobox Go might be the one for you. Or maybe you just want a second audio interface that you can bring with you to band practice or wherever it is you're going to be going with it. This is an excellent audio interface to add to your current setup. Now, if you want to check out 10 more free DAWs that you can grab right now, click the video on the screen. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel to check out some more videos on Studio One artists and other Presonus audio interfaces that are coming up. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating, and we'll talk soon.